and the coyotes just stopped. And their horses come running up to the house.
Oh.
Whatever that sound was, it terrified the horses. And they knew for sure it was not coyotes. Because these are people who were born and raised in the area. They had lived in that house for 30 years. You know what coyotes sound like. Whatever it was, terrified them. And it's been seen 2 more times in that area within just a couple months of that particular incident. So there's a pretty good indication that something's there that Conservation Department doesn't recognize as being there.
You mean Bigfoot?
Yes.
Well, you know,
almost definitely.
I can tell you, you know, I tell you, I've only been scared one time in my life. So scared that I thought I was going to die. And that was back, you know, I'm sure you heard me talk about it, when me and my friend at the time up in the Canadian Rockies ran into a Bigfoot. And people can call me a liar. I don't care. I don't really care. But I seen one. And I tell you what, they're not warm. They're not friendly. And they don't give off orbs. And I don't care what people say. I would never want to run across one. I would rather run across my ex-wife than run into a Bigfoot again. You know, I grew up, kid. I grew up in a family that went camping every weekend during the summer. And you know what? I first part of my marriage with my current wife, going back 40 years ago, we used to go camping every weekend, you know, with the kids and stuff like that. After I ran into what I ran into, I have not been into any woods other than my 2 acres of cedar trees. Couldn't get me into it. And we got a caller in there. Caller, who do we have?
Hi, Gary. It's James. How you doing?
Hi, James. We got Liz here with us here
Hi,
tonight. Liz, can you hear him okay?
I don't hear her.
Oh, maybe I accidentally cut her off. Hey,
Oh, no.
Oh, Liz, if I cut you off, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to. Okay, well, if you're, you know, you can certainly call back, Liz. I didn't mean to. I apologize. Okay, I think we got her back. I know what I did. I hit the wrong... I got the new Skype on here, and it's so hard to figure out. So...
Yeah.
Hi, Liz. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I hit the wrong button.
Hi, Liz.
Yeah, can you hear James, Liz?
I can.
Hello? How you doing, Liz?
I'm good.
Good.
She was talking about the report and a scary story about Bigfoot.
I was listening. That was fascinating.
Did you hear any of the prior show with the guest we had, Tobias, talking about, you know, people mixing Mothman up with, you know, these giant cranes and stuff like that? And we came to kind of a conclusion that, you know, because of earth changes, you know, the weather changes, you know, the logging out of, you know, the forest, you know, building homes and industrial areas, that a lot of these birds are migrating, you know, different areas, and then people aren't used to seeing them.
You know, I only live 60 miles from that place in West Virginia, where it all originated from.
Have you ever seen any huge birds that kind of...
Yes, and yes. Let me tell you, he hit the nail on the head about them barn owls. I seen a barn owl. I live around the country one night a few years ago, probably 2 in the morning, and it come flying out in front of my car, and I want to tell you, it was a big wingspan, and they can be mistaken for stuff. I could see that. I could see how. Anyway, yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't know. Maybe with all the earth changes on, who knows what we might start finding that we never seen before, you know? I mean, as the Everglades, you know, eventually we'll start going, well, we won't have to worry about stepping in quicksand, will we? I'm just wondering what's going to happen to all the alligators when all of a sudden... when the bayou is all underwater.
They've been people's backyards in the canals.
Yeah.
In Florida, anyway.
Well, what Florida?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You want to buy some beachfront property, either one of you, on Florida? I can cut you a real good deal.
You ever wonder why there's no basements in homes in Florida and Louisiana?
Why?
Because you hit water. You hit water about the first shovelful.
Probably. I don't know. I would never want to have a swimming pool there, would you guys? I mean, you go out there and, late at night after having a couple beers or maybe a couple margaritas, and you go diving in your pool and you find out your leg is gone?
Yeah, that'd be a heck of a no.
Yes. Oh, I'll pass on a pool.
No, seriously. It was on the news here this summer that, in Florida, that there was a couple there, had a pool, and they went out to go swimming in the pool at night, and they had a guest in it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're getting pushed out.
Yeah, well, they're going to be, as everything happened, they're going to be more and more. I mean, you go into a grocery store, going down the aisle is, I don't know. That's really far-fetched. But, well, James, you got a scary story here tonight.
I got to tell you, I got a scary story. It's a true story. I'm going to try to tell it best I can. I can't give away certain information because of confidentiality, but it's a humdinger, let me tell you. I'll go right through it best I can. Okay. I had a friend, we'll go with that was staying with me in May of 2016. Now, this friend we went on vacation, come back on July 4th of 2016. Now, in between time, I'm pretty good with psychic abilities and stuff, and I could pick up right away that this friend of mine had a serious attachment, maybe what I even call real evil incarnate. And I couldn't get them to let me help them or anything. And it's like a drug addiction. They gotta want to help themselves before me. I just can't do it. They gotta want it, So trying to live with it the best I can. Now, come July 4th, that is when it come to a head because we came home. This person disappeared for a week. Didn't know what happened. Their kids couldn't find them. Nobody could find them. Well, here it come to find out, whatever was attached to them was affecting them and made them go on a drug binge of crystal meth drug binge. Now, okay, they came back, talked this out, whatever's going on, still wouldn't take my help or anything. Now, at that time, I happened to have Sudafed in the house for cold because I use them like you're supposed to, but that's the main ingredient. So I took them out of the box, put them in a pill bottle, and I got a photographic memory, so I marked the bottle in a certain place so I know what they are, I know what the pills are like, I know what the bottle is, and I hid this bottle in my locked big bookcase with all my paranormal books behind my Hans Holzer big ghost book behind it, and a locked bookcase. Okay, make note of that. Now, we're going to fast forward to August 29th. August 29th. On August 29th of 2016, now this person still got this attachment I'm trying to deal with in my house and on him. And anyway, that day, I unlocked my bookcase, take out my Hans Holzer book. I was going to read it. I like reading it once in a while. The bottle's still hiding back there in the locked bookcase behind the Hans Holzer book. I read the book, put the book back. It's in there, locked the case. No biggie. Fast forward 2 more days to September 1st, 2016. This person disappears again. Right away, I figured, well, we know what that is. But then a light bulb went off in my head. I thought, oh, my God. Did they find that bottle? No, they can't get the bottle because there's one key I got, and you can't pick that lock. You can't get in this bookcase. But I thought just for, poops and giggles, I'm going to look anyway. Well, I look, and that bottle is freaking gone. And that's impossible for that bottle to be gone from that bookcase, but it is gone. So now I'm like, I know what happened. They found the bottle, and now, I don't know if you know much about drug addiction or especially with crystal meth. When people have those pills, they do one of 3 things within the first hour of having those pills. They either find somebody to make the drug, they sell the pills to get the drug, or they trade the pills for the drug. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, because when you have that addiction, that's what they do. Within the first hour, it's a done deal, gone, That's it. So I'm thinking the worst. That's what happened, and I'm like, oh, I'm so mad. Okay, the person came back from weak benders, denied everything. Nope. Okay, whatever. You know what? Whatever. I wrote it off. It's gone. I can't do it again. Let's fast forward now to January 20th of 2017. Person's been gone for a week. Again, on the same thing. I already know. Now, this time when they came in, they were out of their mind, and that evil that was in this person was coming to the surface. I could see it. I could feel it. It was there, and it wanted to fight and kill me, so to speak. I'm trying my best to do what I do to maintain it, whatever. And out of the blue, my friend, the person, looks at the bookcase, and in an evil voice says, "What's that?" And and I look, and in front of our eyes, this bottle appeared in front of that Hans Holzer ghost book in a locked bookcase that's got a glass front in front of my eyes. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I call it a parlor trick of real evil incarnate of a non-human spirit. And when that happened, I am telling you, it stopped me in my tracks. Even though I've seen a lot of stuff, that one stopped me in my tracks. It was a delay tactic to throw me off, and it worked. I'm going to tell you something. I just about lost my britches when that happened. I've never seen anything that appalling to happen in front of our eyes. Now, here's the kicker. I unlocked the case, opened it up. Once I got a grip on myself, pulled the bottle out. The pills were in the bottle. It was the bottle, the marked bottle, and it was the pills. Now, here's the thing. That person could not, it was impossible for them as a human, as a friend on a drug addict, to take them pills and keep them for 4 months and put them back in a case that they can't even get in to begin with. That's not going to happen. They appeared. So I tried to debunk this. I still have the bottle. I look at it every day to remind me and try to debunk this. I instantly took the bottle, dumped them in the toilet, and flushed them. But since that day on, I have tried to debunk. That was an encounter with real evil incarnate, and it really stopped me in my tracks that day. It used a part of the trick. It got us. It got me. But I finally got the person moved on out of the house because they wouldn't let me help them. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't think real evil is out there, I'm here to tell you it is. And they do parlor tricks, and that was a parlor trick that to this day I'm looking at it right now. That bottle's still sitting there. It's impossible for that to happen, but it happened, and I still try to debunk it. Here it is, going to be almost 2 years, and that's a true story.
James, so his voice even totally changed. Did it sound?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm just thinking about it's got me spooked.
Did he kind of have a demon voice type of?
Oh my God, Gary, I'm going to tell you something. That gives me flashbacks that day when that happened. For real. I mean, until you see something like that, you think, no, that crap's not real and stuff. But even though I've seen a lot of stuff in 30 years, but it's nothing like that. Nothing.
Hey, why don't you tell the listeners again where they can find you on Facebook? Your show you put on Facebook Live.
I run my show out of my group, which is Spiritual Paranormal. I help people with paranormal problems every day, and I run a group. I run information to help people, or I help them online, or through a PM, or any way I can. I investigate. I go to people's houses and help them if you're within a 100-mile radius, and that's with my group, Spiritual Paranormal. And I run a show live with me. I bring on guests that are in the paranormal field, or psychics, or mediums, and we talk for an hour about their experiences.
Oh, wow. I mean, I watch, unfortunately, a lot of times you come on is when I have to prepare for my show. So, I'll come on for a minute or two or three or four and watch it. But then, to do my show, it takes me an hour to set up the server and everything for, inputting all the stuff for the guests. But, hey, Liz, again, why don't you tell everybody because our time is up, why don't you tell everybody, again, where your name of your books, where they can find them, your website. And by the way, guys, as soon as I get extra money, I'm going to buy a little bit of jewelry she makes. She makes fantastic jewelry also. That'll be $250 for your promo. Anyway, Liz, you want to tell people where, again, where they can find all this cool stuff you do?
All of my books are available on Amazon.